So good morning, all of you. So today, what we are going to implement, that's what is by polygon. Okay. What are the types of the polygon? That is the concave and convex type. Reading the polygon coordinates. Okay, that you can read the polygon coordinates and draw the polygon on axis. Means that axis you have to draw by using x-axis, y-axis. That by using get max x, get max y. Now here, just yesterday some student raised the problem that they have not understood the two-dimensional array or array. So here we are going to use the two-dimensional array to store the coordinates of the polygon. So here I have just draw these two polygons. So this is the concave polygon first, and this is the convex polygon. Okay. So I have already told you that is the polygon is the closed figure. Polygon is the closed figure. That's minimum 3 number of vertices required. Okay, not less than 3, only equals to 3 or greater than 3. See, this is the convex polygon that having a one triangle. Okay, so this is the basic polygon. Now, so here I have used that is the concave polygon. So why this is the concave? Suppose I have considered any 2 points that are inside the polygon. They are inside the polygon. Suppose that I am using any point, and this is my first point, okay, and this is my second point. So both are inside the polygon, and then I am going to join this line. Okay, that I am going to join this line. So some part of the line is outside the polygon. Some part of this line is outside the polygon. Means this polygon is having a concave polygon. Here again come. Suppose I have considered only 2 points. This is my first point and this is my second point. And then I am going to join this line. So these are the 2 points inside the polygon, and then join these 2 points. So that entire line, this entire line is inside the polygon. So that's become a convex polygon. So here I have used the points. See, the P1 point, P2 point. Okay, this is my P1 point, P2 point, P3 point, okay, P4, P5, P6, and again I am using P1 dash. Okay, here I am using P1 dash. So why this P1 point I am repeating 2 times? Because of whenever I wish to draw the polygon, this P1 point, that is the first point, you have to call 2 times. First P1 and then P1 dash. So when you are going to draw the polygon, so that's you have to draw by using P1 to P2, P2 to P3, P3 to P4, P4 to P5, P5 to P6, and then P6 to P1 dash. Okay, so these P1 points you are going to repeat 2 times, so that's we are going to generate a closed figure. Here also the same. This is my start with the P1 point, then P2 point, P3 point, and then comes again the P1 dash. So why I am using this P1 dash 2 times? Because of I have to start from P1, okay, so P2, P2 to P3, and P3 to again P1 dash. So that indicates is what? That is my closed figure. So this is the way that you can draw the polygon. But how can draw in your two-dimensional array? Okay. So see just how you are going to draw in two-dimensional array. So that we are going to start. So here I am using a two-dimensional array. Suppose the array I have declared int p, okay, int p, that is the integer data type p, and then integer data type p array declaration. Suppose I have using a 10 and 2. Okay, these things I have declared. So in this I am storing my all coordinates of the polygon. Now again, suppose I have consider one n as a number of vertices, or you may say there is an n is the number of edges. So another one variable you can consider, that is my I. Okay, that's for I am using for loop. Now, so here how you are going to read the coordinates? So first of all, you have to say to the user that they should be enter the coordinates one by one. Suppose I am going to put one C out. Okay. Here, enter number of vertices. Suppose I use the number of vertices or number of edges. Number of edges for polygon. Okay. And this value you have to store in Cin, okay, in n value. Suppose. So first of all, the declaration, two-dimensional array. The array declaration you can consider in square bracket. Array declaration you can use in square bracket. So why I am declaring this 10 to see. Suppose this is the my x coordinates. Okay, so that x coordinates I am going to store in I0 and y coordinates I am going to store in I1. So see how that's going to happen. Suppose here again I am writing C out here using /n, enter the coordinates of polygon. Okay, enter the coordinates of the polygon. Then I am starting my for loop. Okay, for loop I have start from I is equals to 0 because of always this your array is indexing value is going to start by using a 0. So that's why I start this array by using 0. So for I is equal to 0, this is my initialization. Then use the condition I less than n, I plus plus is the loop that you have to use. I plus plus. This here in for loop in the bracket initialization, condition, increment. Initialization, condition, and increment. So that's three things required for the for loop. Now, once you have started the for loop, so you have to read one by one coordinates. So again, you have to use cout, okay, enter coordinate. Okay. Suppose I am using here first coordinates x, okay, and then here I am using I. Okay, that's x. I shows the x0. Again, I am using in double quote y. Okay, y should be same, but I is going to increase one by one, and then again I am using I over here. Okay, so once this x I y I, so what this indicates? I value is 0. See, the I value is 0. So here become I x0 y0. Here I become x0 y0. Now start with your Cin. Then read this first point. So P of I0. So what this indicate? P of I0 is my x coordinate. Okay, and again P of I1. P of I1. So this indicate my, what does this indicate? That's y coordinates. Means here I am writing the comment in two double slash. Suppose I am using the two slash there, that is my comment. So P of I0, that is equals to what? X coordinate. Is equal to x coordinate. And P of I1. P of I1. What does this indicate? That shows your y coordinates. Y coordinate. So I have understood how you are going to differentiate. Means you are differentiate x coordinates and y coordinates by using 0 and 1. So here see. So P of I0. So I is going to increase one by one. So what? 0, 0 is my first coordinates of x, means that is P1. Okay. And second one, what? 1, 0, that is my P2. 2, 0, P3. Okay. And 4, 0. So that is going to increment one by one. Now, wait for a moment. So once you are increasing, then close this for loop. Here you have to close the for loop. See, so I have started P of 10 2 means what? This is my declaration of the two-dimensional array. Enter the number of edges of the polygon that I have stored in the n. Okay, n value may be any value. but that value must be greater than 3. So wait for a moment. Hmm. Hmm. No, it's not the predefined. Here we are using I0, I1 is for the X and Y. Okay. Suppose I have declaration I0. Okay. That store only the X coordinates. It's not the predefined. We are defining it. We are assigning it. I may assign 0 as an Y and 1 as an X, vice versa. Because of I am the programmer. You are the programmer. Whatever may be the variable you declare by your own, so that value is stored over there. Now once you have completed this storing of the polygon with X and Y, now proceed to display that polygon. Okay, so how we are going to display or draw that polygon by using again for loop. So for here I am starting with the same I is equals to 0. Okay, I less than n. Okay, I plus plus. So here again comes for initialization, condition, and then increment and decrement. Okay. So P of 10 2. So that someone increasing that they have want what is the P of. Yes, this is the two-dimensional array we have declared. See, whenever you are declaring the array, so that you have to use the square bracket. So 10 2. So that have declared 10 number of rows, 2 column. Rows, that's the column. So 10 2. Suppose I need only int single dimensional array. Suppose I need only the single dimensional array. So I can type int what p of 10. So what is this p of 10? This is only single dimensional array. And suppose I need two dimensional array. So again I am going to add one square bracket. So that is the 2. So why this is 2 indicate? 2 indicate is for what? That I am storing the value for x and y. See 0 and 1. इथे मी फक्त 0 आणि 1 दोनच व्हॅल्यू एंटर करतोय म्हणून आपण इथे घेतलाय 2 आणि पहिल्यांदा आपण 10 का घेतलाय सो मे बी दॅट द व्हॅल्यूज ऑफ युअर नंबर ऑफ एजेस इज मॅक्सिमम 10 you may going to increase up to the 100. Suppose I need the 100 edges of polygon, so you may increase the value of this 10 to the 100. Okay, I have considered that is one of the example for the 10 only. Now once you have started this for loop, okay, so here I have to start for. Here I am going to draw the polygon. So suppose I need only one single statement, so just I am using a line as an inbuilt function. So by using a line I can draw the polygon. So yesterday we have draw the line, that time we have passed the parameter what line having 4 parameter required. So that is x1 y1 x2 y2 starting point and ending point. So suppose my starting point here p1, here p1 point, and then p2 is my next ending point. So what is that coordinates? P of I 0, this is my first coordinates, then P of I 1. So this is my P1 coordinates x0 y0. Suppose x1 y1. This is my first coordinates. Go for P of I plus 1. I plus 1 0 means my next coordinates P1 to P2. So suppose I am going to draw the line P1 to P2. So I is suppose 0. 0 plus 1 become 1. Okay. Now next one, you have to type what? P of I plus 1 1. This is my which coordinates? Y coordinates. So that 1 indicates my y coordinates and 0 indicates my x coordinates. So this is the simple line that you have to use to draw a complete polygon. Now here the last points to the first point, because of I have to initialize here. See, P1 to P2, P2 to P3, P3 to P4, P4 to P5, P6 to P1 dash again. So that have initialized last point to the first point. So here also you have to use line. What is my last point? So suppose I am starting with the first P of 0, 0. Okay, this is my first point. Okay, P of what? 0, 1. And what is my last point? P of I0. Okay, and P of I1. Got it? So this is the way that you can assign last point to the first point. But here I am drawing with the last point to the first point, but here in before, after completion, I have not initialized. Okay, so you may initialize over here also. Before starting this for loop, P of your I0 is equals to what? P of 0, 0 means last point to the first point, and P of I1. Okay, P of I1 is your last points again to P of 0, 1. So that our P dash point. So this point you have to use over here. Is it visible to all? After completion of this, again you have to start the for loop, the simple line, and then come. So this is the way that you can declare your 10 to 2-dimensional array and use this 2-dimensional array to read the 1 by 1 coordinates in P of I0, P of I1, all coordinates x and y coordinates in your polygon, that is the polygon, and then draw this polygon by using a simple line function. So then implement the program. Suppose that we have already completed the program, that again we are going to start. So this same method we are implementing again. Now just time stop this sharing. So is there any question up to this point? Yes, tell me. Sakshi, what is the problem? Yes, tell me. Just turn on your mic on and then tell me what is the problem. Line function. Okay. See, the line function, this is the line function you are using. So line, whenever you are going to draw the line, that line must having a 4 parameters. So that's your parameter P1 points to P2 points. So that's consider this I0, I1 to I plus 1, 0, I plus 1, 1. So whenever this increasing your loop, so that is starting from 0 to n. This loop is starting from 0 to n. Means suppose I enter this 3, the n value. You just again I am going to debug. Suppose n value is equals to 3. So n value is 3. So what is my P I0 value? That loop is starting from what? P of, so that I is equals to 0. Okay. I less than 3, because of n value become 3. N value 3. So this loop is repeating up to 3 times. Now that I am repeating again to the n, and then I plus plus. Right. So what is my line? P of I0. This is my starting point, that is P1 with the x coordinates, comma P of I1, that is my y coordinates, because of I have already told you, you have to store the x coordinates with the 0 indication and y coordinates with the 1 indication. Now then next point, P of I plus 1, 0, okay, comma again P of I plus 1, 1. This become my y coordinates, and close this bracket and this semicolon. So this P of I0 is your P1 point. x coordinates, p of I1, p1 point y coordinates, p of I plus 1, 0, p2 x coordinates, p of I plus 1, 1, p2 y coordinates. Correct? So this is going to increase again in the next, that comes to your p2 points because of I increase to the 1. So p2 point x coordinates, y coordinates, and p3 point x coordinates, y coordinates in I plus 1, 0, I plus 1, 1. So once you draw this, then what's your last point to the first point line? Line p of 0, 0, okay, comma p of 0, 1. This is the last point to the first point, p of I0, okay, to the p of I1. So this is become your last point, means what, p3 to p1 dash. P3 to p1 dash, these points you are going to draw. Means this is the last line, p3 to p1. p3 to p1 dash, that's the lines you can draw it. Okay. Now, so come for how we are going to execute in our C language in the DOS box. Okay.
सर ते 10 का घेतलं कळलं नाही सर. पी स्क्वेअर ब्रॅकेट मध्ये 10.
हा 10 का घेतला आपण बघा. 10 याच्यासाठी घेतला, दिस इज माय डिक्लेरेशन. I can declare the variable. Okay. Suppose I can declare here p of int p of 100 and 2. This also acceptable because of why? I can move up to the 100 number of edges of the polygon. 100 number of the edges. So that is the declaration of the array. मी त्याला एक मेमोरी असाइन करून दिली आहे. याच्यात मॅक्झिमम किती 100 काय होणार, व्हेरिएबल स्टोर होणार आणि इथे 2च होणार. एक मी मेमोरी असाइन करून दिली आहे. मिनिमम 2 means maximum 2 you can use over here. Minimum 1 you can assign, means 0, 1, 2. Maximum 2 value you can enter over here. Here also you can maximum enter 100. 1, 0, 1 you cannot enter over here. Got it? Means what I have declared, this is my declaration of the array. Here I have declared the size. माझी आता ही साईज आहे. आता 100 पेक्षा जास्त मी याच्यामध्ये स्टोर नाही करू शकणार. So that I have assigned the one memory allocation. Got it? So that's why you can declare as an 10 also, okay, 100 also. Now come for how we are going to execute this program. Okay. So just I am going to stop this sharing with the screen. Now then come for how we are going to execute this program over here. Just I am sharing the screen for DOS box. Suppose disconnected, so rejoin again with the same link. Is it visible to all? Okay. So I will turn on the video also so that you can visible my face over here. Now, so start here. Suppose I am using the title, so that you have to use a 2 / for the comment. Read the polygon. Read the polygon coordinate and draw the polygon. Okay. So that may be convex or concave polygon. Both you can draw. I am going to show this program as in CZ, suppose polygon1.cpp. Now, how are we going to start? First of all, you have to include which file? iostream.h. Include iostream.h. Input, output, stream.h for your C++. I am implementing graphics program. So second include file which graphics.h. Okay, so include graphics.h. Okay, that is one of the header file that you can use your line function, put pixel, get pixel, all. Now third I am using here include conio.h. So conio.h is for get ch, read any character to hold the screen. Now void main. So that's my declaration. Void, this function should not return any kind of value. Main, the function, main function, that starting bracket and opening bracket and closing bracket there. So that's indicate your function name. So what you can start with the curly bracket int. So that's my integer variable declaration, that is integer data types. So what gd is equal to what? Detect. Okay, and then geom. So what it detect? That will detect automatically which are the graphics driver installed on your laptop or PC. GM is graphics mode. So what is this graphics mode? That's graphics resolution. So 600 that is 640 by 480 basic graphics resolution. Then next graphics resolution is what? 800 by 600, 1024 by 768. So this is the graphics resolution going to increase. So here I have used my polygon. So again I am using one P of 10, suppose 2. This is my variable, and here I am using I comma n. Okay, this is my first declaration. Init graph. Here I have to pass the address GD and GM. Those I have declared detect. Okay, GD is equal to detect, that address you have to pass, and GM graphics mode. And then you have to put over here what? The path of the graphics. So which BGA directory? So turbo C3 BGA. So what is the stand for BGA? Borderline graphics interface. That is the interface driver. Now here I am again, save the program. Now start with your cout, means you need to enter how many number of edges. Cout, enter the number of vertices or edges for polygon. Now cin. So that can be a user enter how many number of edges. So that not be less than 3. That must be equals to 3 or greater than 3. So that value you have to store in the n. This is the number of vertices. So that may be not having so concave polygon or convex polygon. Once the user enter that number of vertices, just you have to decide, okay, how many number of, and then you can draw it. Now come for the for loop. You have to start the for loop. I is equals to suppose 0, I less than n, I plus plus. So I am using, because of I have to read one by one coordinates. So here I have start cout enter coordinate. Okay, suppose x coordinates I have to enter first with the I value. Then again I am using y. This is the x0 y0. So x0 first and then go for the I again y0. Suppose again I am using some space over here. So this indicate x0 y0, and here two lines are there. So that time you have to use opening curly bracket and closing curly bracket. Cin, read that point, means x0 y0. So that you have to read in p of. So that may be disconnected. So once again you have to join with the same link. Now what you have done, see here that you have declared p of 10 2, means that the our declaration of two-dimensional array. Okay, and then you have started enter the number of vertices or edges for the polygon that you have value store in n. Then you have started enter the coordinates of the polygon. Here I am using x of I, means this x0 y0, so that user can be display this x0 y0, they can enter. Now p of first value is my what, I0 means what, that is my x coordinates. Then p of I1 is my y coordinates that you can store over here. Close this for loop. Everybody understood? Now start here. So this is for your storing all the points in I0, that I'm write the comments here also, so that you can easily understood. The comment I can write in to backslash. So p of I0 indicate what, x coordinate, and p of I1 indicate is what, y coordinate. So you can differentiate x coordinates and y coordinate by using 0 and 1. Now I have to initialize again last points to the first point. Okay, once you read all the coordinates, so last point to the first point, how can indicate p of I0 is equals to p of 0 0. Last points to the first point, p of I1 to the p of 0 1. So this is my last point, means that p1 dash point I am storing. Now just to go for, I am going to draw the polygon then. So again you have to start with the for loop for I is equals to 0, I less than n, I plus plus. Here use the I plus plus. Now start with the line function, simple line, what, p of I0. Okay, that is my first point, p of I0. Then p of I1 is my x0 point, y0 point, to p of what, I plus 1 0, and p of I plus 1 1, p of I plus 1 1. So what this indicate, that I am going to draw the point x0 y0 to x1 y1, x1 y1 to x2 y2, x2 y2 to x3 y3. Okay, x3 y3 to again this line, that last line. Once this become I is equals to 3, suppose I have used the n value 3, and here by increasing I become 3, so 3 is less than 3, no, so that loop is going to terminate over here. इथे काय होणार, तो loop terminate होणार, means exit होणार आहे loopच्या बाहेर. So come for the last line that I have used that one last point to the first point. So again start with p of 0 0. Okay, this my the first point, p of, okay, then 0 1. Okay, now p of what is the point, I0. Okay, and then p of I1. So this is my last line. But only simple program that we have initialized. First of all, what you have declared, the two-dimensional array 10 2, then n, that we have declared one variable, that the variable store the number of vertices, I, that we have used for the loop. Now I am reading all the values, means number of vertices in the n, and then all the coordinates that I have to read one by one and store in p of I0 and p of I1. So what this I0 indicate, x coordinates, and p of I1 indicates my y coordinates. Now last points to the first point I have initialized, because of this is the close, okay, closed diagram. So that is our closed polygon. So whenever you are going to start with any point, that you have to end with that points only. Now, then I am going to draw one by one line. So for I is equal to 0 to n, here start line. You have I0, I1, I plus 1, 0, I plus 1, 1. Correct? Now, that the complete your loop with, suppose n value having a 3, so 3 is less than 3, no. So that number of vertices is 3 over here. So what is my first point? 0, 0, 0, 1 means x0, y0 with your last point your 3, 3 means suppose p of 3, 0, p of 3, 1 means that point you are going to store last to the first point, and then last line is going to draw over here. Then use getch, read one character and close graph. So getch is for what? That is going to hold the screen. Unless and until you cannot enter any character, so that's not going to close your graph. So once read any character and then close the graph and close your main function. Suppose I am using here main function. So is there any question? Everybody understood? Yes?
Yes, sir.
Now, then compile this program. So go to the compile. Okay. So that shows the 0 warning, 0 errors. Then execute this program by using run. See, enter the number of vertices or edges for the polygon. Suppose I am entering number of edges for this 4. Okay. So that I am going to draw any square. So see, enter the coordinates. Which coordinates? First. So what? Suppose I am starting 10, 10. Simple. 10, 10. My first coordinates. Second, 100, 10. Means I am going to draw here square. Okay. Now, 110. Go here again. 100, 100. Okay. And 10, 100. So see. So this is the polygon. Is there visible to all this polygon? Which type of this polygon? This is the convex type of polygon. Suppose I need to draw the concave polygon. Okay. So again I have to compile it. So what this indicate? That statement must be closed. Okay. So here they are not saved the program. Getch close graph. Here I am going to save it. Now compile it. Okay, and execute it. Suppose I need again a 6 means concave polygon. Suppose I have used here starting with suppose 100, 100, or you have to go with the 200, 200. Okay. So second point I am using 265. Okay. Means that goes to the down direction, or suppose 265 or 165. We'll go ahead now. 265. Okay. 265, 265. Now I am using 300, 200. So second 300, 300. Okay, that point. Then here you have to use the 275 suppose, and 275. That's come to the downward direction. And here 200, 300. So this is one of the example of concave type of polygon. Means what I have done here, that the square, that previous square that you have done, that I have modified with the 200, 200. Okay. So which type of this polygon? Yes. Turn on your mic on. Which type of this polygon?
Concave type.
Concave type.
Concave type.
Correct, correct. So you can draw the concave polygon and convex polygon both. Now, so how we are going to proceed this polygon with your x-axis and y-axis. X-axis and y-axis, so that you have to draw. So first of all, I'm going to share again the screen. I am going to draw on x-axis, y-axis. So just wait for the minute. So I will show how the x-axis and y-axis indicate. Share the screen. So is it visible to all this complete screen? Yes, student?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, see, this is our monitor screen. This is our monitor screen. Now, how are you going to start this monitor screen? The coordinates over here. So, what is my first coordinates? That is 0, 0. This is my starting coordinates. Now, what is my ending coordinates? Ending coordinates is what? 640. Okay. Here I am writing in the brackets, so you can understand 640, 480. This is the maximum of your first coordinate system. So x value maximum 640 and y value maximum 480. So suppose I have go from horizontal direction from this to this. So what is my coordinates come over here? 640, 0, because of I have to increase only x, and here down. Okay, in the down direction, what is the value come? 0, 480. So this is our screen square resolution. By default resolution. Suppose you are not going to apply any kind of resolution, so this is the by default resolutions come. Now I need to draw the x-axis and y-axis here. So that is one of the inbuilt function. Okay. Suppose I have considered any variable x max, maximum value of the x. So what is x max? I am storing 640 value, or that is one inbuilt function get max x. So what is this get max x? Return which value? 640. Maximum value of x. Which one? 640. And y max. Y max is get max y. So this is the one of the inbuilt function that you can use, or you can assign 640 or 480. Here 640. This is return 480. Now I need to draw the center point. Means this is the center point. Means exactly midpoint. This is my suppose the midpoint. Okay. So this midpoint I need to draw. So I have to divide this 640 and 480 by 2. Suppose I have consider my midpoint here is what? Midpoint is what? X mid is equals to what? X max by 2. Now second one, y mid is equals to what? Y max by 2. Y mid become y max by 2. What this? My 320 240 is for what?
Sir, midpoint.
Correct. That's you can indicate 320 240 as a midpoint. Good. So this become my 320 as an x, and this will become my 240 as an y. Good. So directly you can assign x mid is equal to 320 and y mid is equal to 240. That is also same value as you have divided x max by 2 or y max by 2. Now, what is my next step? I have to draw the x-axis, y-axis. So for this, I need to calculate the coordinates over here first. Means this is my first coordinates. Suppose what is the coordinates of this? Suppose this is my point. I have to go with the x mid value because of x direction 0, and here I have to go to x mid to what? Y max. Understood? So suppose I am going to draw the line from x mid 0 to x mid y max. So what this indicate? My y axis. Is it? Suppose I am passing this exactly from my midpoint. Now similar way you can draw your x-axis. Similar way you can draw your x-axis. So what are the coordinates here? Suppose I am using the coordinates over here. So here I have to go with the downward direction, means 0 y mid. Here you can increase, see here 0 0 0 y mid, okay, 0 y max, and here you can go up to what, x max, comma y mid. So this is the way you can draw x-axis, y-axis. Now whenever the user enter any point, so that user can enter the point as per 0 0 origin, but your new origin is what? Your new origin is become x mid y mid. Means you are the programmer, whatever may be the points that user draw or enter, so that point you have to add. So whatever may be the point, suppose the x enter, so x is equals to x plus x mid, okay, or you may say x mid plus x, and y is equals to y mid minus y. So why I am subtracting? Because of see, here my x is going to increase over here. X काय होतोय इथे increase होतोय. Suppose I am using the arrow. So see, the x is increasing, okay, but y is in the decreasing. Y, see the 0, okay, 0 y goes in the decreasing direction. See, suppose I am going to put this point. This is my point, okay. This is my point x y. So here x in increasing order. See, the x is in increasing order, means I have to go with the x increasing order like this. But y in the decreasing, y बघ, y हा काय होतो, इथे decrease होतोय. So this is my decreasing order of y. So I have to go with the y in decreasing order. So y you have to subtract from y mid, and x you have to add in x mid. So that may be the coordinates for your polygon also, that may be the coordinates for your line also, circle also, every and each coordinate. Suppose you are going to draw that on x-axis, y-axis, so that time always you have to add x mid in the x, and y you have to subtract from y mid. Now how are you going to implement in the program? Just I am going to share our screen, that is our DOS screen, and that we are going to add there our what, this x max, y max, and x mid, y mid. Is there any question? Everybody understood? Just turn on your mic on and then tell me. Yes? Now just
Yes.
we are going to implement this on your DOS box. Just wait for the minute. Now see, this is your DOS screen. So we have already implemented that program as per our normal coordinates, means 0 0 coordinates. Now I have to implement this on your which x mid, y mid. So I have to consider my variable x max, y max. These are the two variable for x maximum value, y maximum value, x mid, y mid. So both are you can consider as an integer. Okay. Now once you initialize this, okay, so here I am typing our x max is equal to get max x, correct, and y max is equal to what? Get max y. So this is an inbuilt function that can be written x maximum and y maximum value. So once you calculate this, then go for x mid is equal to x max by 2, okay, and y mid is equal to what? Y max by 2. So this is my new origin. This is my new origin. So what are the points that I am reading? What are the points that I am reading? So that I have to convert as per my x mid, y mid. Okay. So what is the point I am reading? P of I0, P of I1. P of I0, P of I1. So this point you have to convert P of I0 is equals to, this is my x coordinate. So you can add, okay, x mid plus P of I0. Now what is my next coordinates? P of I1. This is my y coordinate. So you have to subtract from P of I1. Understood? So this is my x coordinates and this is my y coordinates. Now once you are subtracted, go for your line, which one? That is x axis, y axis, because of before drawing the polygon you have to draw it. Suppose line I am using is for my x axis, so I have to start x mid comma 0, okay, then x mid comma what? Y max. So what this indicate? Your x axis. Sorry, this is my x axis. This is my x axis coordinate. Then again another line, second line I can draw to it 0 comma y mid, okay, and here I can tell that is a x max, y mid. So you are not going to remember once you draw this on your page, so you can easily draw it. Y axis. Now I have to draw this polygon because of once I have converted at the time of reading only. So I am not going to convert this again. And suppose I have used any color, because of I have to use the color blue. Blue as a color for my polygon. Blue as a color for my polygon, and the axis is having which color? White color, because I am not going to put the color for x axis, y axis. Once x axis, y axis draw, okay, and before drawing the polygon I am using what? My color blue. So this program compile, okay, once you compile then execute. So is there any question? Now run it. So I am using that polygon with the 6 coordinates. Suppose I have started with 50, 50, suppose, okay, 65, 65, now 100, 50. That's the concave type of polygon. Okay, 100, 100. Now that goes to the work direction, then 100, 100 direction, 75, 75. Once go to 75, 75, go for 50, 100. Okay, so 0 to 5, these are all my coordinates. Now, is it visible to you? Because of that having small lights is very, contrast is very low. So that polygon I have drawn on which? First quadrant, because of user can enter the positive value also and negative value also. So same polygon we are going to draw with the negative value. See, here you have to save. ensure all. Okay. Now go to the compile, then run. So 6 the coordinates I am using. So go not 6. Suppose I am using the 4. Go for -50, -50. Okay. Then 150 or -100. Suppose -100. We are going to draw in the third quadrant. Suppose -50, -100, -100. Both the value I am putting as a negative. -50, -100. Correct. This is my square. Exactly square value I have used. See that the blue screen appear. Means that the blue color is for your polygon. Suppose I have used a different color. So just you have to type over here the color. Okay. Here you can type the color. Okay. Type the color for help. Type color for help. Or you have to use the alter plus F1. Okay. Or right click. Or so I am using here right click. So that shows the colors. Okay. Here you can double click and that shows the all colors. Go to the downward direction. See, suppose I am using any yellow color. Okay. So value I can use the 14. I am replacing here the yellow color. The value I can put as in 14. You can type in a text also in the capital letter, I mean alphabet, or you can type in the digit. So I have replaced with the digit. Okay. Save this program. Again, you can compile it. Then you can run it. Suppose that polygon having 5 coordinates. I am using as in 5 coordinates. So start with the suppose 50, 50. Okay. Then go for 100, 50. Here you have to go for the 100, 100. Now use the 75, 75 and 50, 100. No, 0 to 4 means that 5 coordinates. See, that is in the yellow color. This polygon appear in the yellow color. So that I have changed the color by using the set color. Okay. So now this polygon become which type of this polygon? This is the concave type of polygon. Now I am going to share this entire programs to you, and this our video also I am going to share. So you have to execute at your end this all the program. That first with without using the axis, and second you have to use with using the axis. So wait for the 5 minutes. I will again take the attendance. So those who are joined the late,